Hello Morris class, good morning. It's Miss Baig here and welcome to another maths video. Today is the 25th of February 2021. Our learning objective for today is, can I draw a pictogram using a key of 2? Well done. So we will be drawing a pictogram today or interpreting a pictogram today, but the key will represent 2. Now you might be thinking, what does that mean? Well, let's find out. So Jed has collected some fruit. So here's our lovely Jed, and he's collected apples, oranges, and bananas. And this is a pictogram. We know it's a pictogram because there is a shape, there is a picture in the table. Now, the key, it says 1 pink circle equals 2 pieces of fruit. Okay, so yesterday in our previous lesson, the key equaled 1 object, but today it equals 2. So automatically, we need to think, right, so 1 circle equals 2. For example, if you have a 2p coin, that's 1 coin, but it's worth 2p. So similar to that, okay? Now, I've got my trusty pen ready. At the bottom, let's answer these questions together. It says, how many oranges has he collected? Okay, now first, let's go and find the oranges in our table, and it's the middle row. Oranges. Now, let's count together. So each one represents 2. And I know that because the key is telling me that 1 circle equals 2 pieces of fruit. So that's 2 and that's 2. Now I can count on my 2s to find out how many oranges Jed has collected. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Well done. So Jed has collected 10 oranges. Okay, next question. It says, how many bananas has he collected? Now let's find bananas in our chart. Here it is. Now again, each circle equals 2 pieces of fruit. So I'm going to make sure that I put 2 in each one. Now I'm writing 2 in each circle just so I don't forget how much each one is worth, okay? So it makes it easier for me when I'm counting. Now let's count in our 2s. How many bananas are there all together? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Fantastic. So Jed collected 12 bananas all together. Okie dokie. Next, it says, how many more bananas are there than apples? Now, we need to pay attention and we need to read the question carefully. I'll read it again. How many more bananas are there than apples? So I know, because we've counted, that there are 12 bananas. Let's find out how many apples there are. So again, I know from my key that 1 pink circle equals 2 pieces of fruit. So 2. So that's 2, 4, 6. There are 6 apples. Now the question is, how many more bananas are there than apples? So if there are only 6 apples and there are 12 bananas, how many more bananas are there than apples? Okie dokie. Now, this is one way that we could figure out this answer. Either we could do 2 things. Option 1, we could put 6 in our head and we can see how many fingers it takes to go up to 12. Or we could take 6 away from 12 to find the difference, okay? So bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to get some goodies to show you how we could do this. Give me a wink and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, Morris class. Now, let's go back to, I've got some things in front of me and, oh, sorry, the screen's shaking. I'm going to show you. Let me angle down. Okay, so here are some apples that Jed has collected. Okay, so he had 3 circles and each one represented 2. So it was 2, 4, 6. Okay, now let me get a piece of paper to write this down as well. So, let's see. Let me find a clean page. Here we go. Okie dokie. So, right. Here are 6 sweeties that Jed has collected. Okay? Jed, sorry, apples. These are apples. Okay, now, what was the other one? Sorry, bear with me. I've actually forgotten what the example was. Hang on a minute. Okay, I've looked at the example now. So 6 apples. I'm just going to put A for apples. And these, Jed has collected some bananas and he collected 12 bananas. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so now the question was, how many more bananas has Jed collected than apples? Oh, I forgot to put a B there for bananas. Okay, now there's 3 on this side. To make both sides equal, I need to have 3 and 3. Okay, so now these both sides are equal. There are 3 of each, 3 sweeties each. Now remember, they represent 2. So that's 2, 4, 6, and 2, 4, 6. So that is the same. Now, how many are there left over? How many more has Jed collected? How many more bananas are there? That's 2, 4, 6. So Jed has 6 more bananas than apples. Does that make sense? Okay, let's go back to our smart and let's fill out the question. So screen share, here we are. Now I can put these sweeties away now, Morris class. I'm going to put them away. I'm not going to eat them because it's bad for my teeth. Okie dokie. So how many more bananas are there than apples? We know that there are 6 more apples than bananas. Okay, moving on to the next question, and I will have to make myself smaller so you can see the pictogram. There we are, fantastic. Okay, let's move this a bit closer. Right, so we have week 1, and here are some children who have collected some fruit, and we have week 2, and here are some children that have collected some fruit. The key for week 1, it says 1 fruit for week 1 represents 2 pieces of fruit, and for week 2, there is 1 piece of fruit. Now remember what we talked about in yesterday's lesson. The key is the most important part of a pictogram, okay? You must look at the key. Now, how many fruits did Ron eat in week 1? Now, first, where is week 1? Can you point to it? Well done. Here it is right here. Now, where is Ron? Here's Annie, here's Eva. Right, here is Ron right here. Now, how many fruits did he eat? Now, I'm looking at the key and it equals 2 pieces of fruit. So that's 2, and that's 2. Now I can count it. 2, 4, 6. So in week 1, Ron ate 6 pieces of fruit. Now, how many fruits did Mo eat in week 2? So firstly, can you find week 2? Well done, it's right here. Now, where is Ron in our table? Well done, he's the 3rd one down. Oh, sorry, not Ron, we're looking for Mo. Mo, the 4th one down. Okay, now how many fruits did Mo eat? Now let's look at the key for week 2. It's 1 piece of fruit equals 1. So I'm going to put number 1 here, and then I'm going to count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in week 2, Mo ate 5 pieces of fruit. Okay, using the same tables, let's answer the next set of questions. It says, how many fruits did Ava eat in week 1? So I know that this is week 1 on my left-hand side, and it's asking how many fruits did Ava eat. Here is Ava. I'm looking at the key. It says 1 peach or 1 orange or whatever fruit that is equals 2 pieces of fruit. So that's 2. So that equals 2 and that equals 2. Now I can count all together. 2, 4, 6. So Ava ate 6 pieces of fruits in week 1. How many fruits did Ava eat in week 2? So again, let's find Ava. She's the 2nd one down. Now remember, I'm looking at the key, and in week 2, each symbol represents 1 fruit. So that's 1, that's also 1, that's also 1, that's also 1, that's also 1, that's 1, and that's 1. Now I can count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Now, very quickly, the question is not on here, but did Ava eat more fruit in week 1 or did she eat more fruit in week 2? Well done. She ate more fruit in week 2 because 7 is the bigger number. Okie dokie. Ooh, now in this question, so in the following question, we're going to use comparing skills. So how many more fruits did Annie eat in week 2 compared to week 1? So here's Annie. She's the first person in our tables. First, let's see how many fruits she ate in week 2. Now remember, this symbol represents 2 fruits in week 1. So that means she ate 2 fruits in week 1. I'm going to put number 2 here. Now, in week 2, let's count how many fruits she ate. So looking at the key, one symbol represents 1 piece of fruit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Now, how many more fruits did Annie eat in week 2 compared to week 1? In week 1, she only ate 2 fruits. And in week 2, she had 6 fruits. Now, using my same example of my starburst, I'm going to show you. Let's work this out. Okay, so let's angle. Let's stop sharing first. That would make sense, wouldn't it? There. Oh, not new share. I don't want a new share. I want stop share. There we go. It's stop shared now. Okay, so now here I've got 2, and here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let's do this nice and neat. Okay, so to make both weeks equal, she would need 2 in each. How many are there extra? Can you count for me? Well done. It's 4 fruits that are extra. So let's go back to our smart notebook and here we go. So she had 4 more fruits in week 2. 4 more fruits in week 2. Fruits in week 2 compared to week 1. Okie dokie. Now we are going to do the same, but we are going to look at Ron for the second question. So it says, how many more fruits did Ron eat in week 1 compared to week 2? So first, let's find Ron in our week 1 and let's see how many fruits he ate in week 1. So that represents 2. I can see from the key there. That's 2 and that's 2. That's 2, 4, 6. He had 6 fruits in week 1. And in week 2, he had, that represents 1. So that's 1, that's 1, and that's 1. So he had 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm not going to use the starburst for this time to work this out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away. So I'm going to take away 3 from 6. And hopefully we should get my answer. So hold up 6 fingers and take away 3. It equals 3. The other way that we could have done this was if he had 3 fruits in week 2 and he had 6 in week 3, I could hold up 3 fingers and count how many more it takes to get up to 6. So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 more to get up to 6. So double 3 is 6. Okie dokie. So he had 3 more fruits in week 1, because in week 1 he had 6 and in week 2 he only had 3. Okie dokie, Morris class. Now, it says, Rosie and Amir have been making a pictogram of animals they saw on their walk. They saw 10 ostriches and 6 horses. Can you help them to complete the pictogram? And the key that has been given to us is that 1 triangle equals 2 animals. So far, how many ostriches have they got in their table? 2? No. Remember, the key is saying that one triangle equals 2 animals. So this is equals to 2, and that's equal to 2. So far they have 4. Well done. Now, how many ostriches did they see in total on their walk? 10. So we need to add a few more to get up to 10. So that was 2, 4, that's 6, that's 8, and that's 10. Fantastic. Let's just double check with our pen. So that represents 2, that represents 2, and that represents 2. Let's count. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Fantastic. We have done it right. Well done, Morris class. That indeed is 10. And I'll rub this out so you can see the pictures, the triangle, sorry. Okay, now how many horses did they see all together? 6. How many have they drawn so far in their pictogram? Well done, they have 4 so far. So how many more do we need? How many more triangles do I need? Do I need 1 or 2 more? Show me your fingers. Ooh, some of you have said 2 more. I need 1 more because each triangle represents 2. So that's 2 and that's 2. Now if I count, I've got 2, 4 here. So these 2 make 4. I need to get up to 6. So I need to add on. Here we go, 2 more, and now this makes, it's not in line. Remember, in a pictogram, it has to be in line. There we go. So now I've got 2 more, and all together that makes 6. Well done. We have successfully completed this pictogram. Fantastic. Okay, now we're going to do the same for this one right here. It says, using the tally chart, so this tally chart over here, complete the pictogram. So first, let's count how many dogs there are all together. So I know that that's 5 because it's got a line through it, so I don't need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5 more, so together that makes 10. Here I've got 5, 10, now that's 11, that's 12, that's 13, and that's 14 over here. Next, I've got 5, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12 there, 12 rabbits. And lastly, I've got 5, 10, 15. 15 over here. Okie dokie. Right, Morris class. First, let's complete the dogs. So, using the tally chart above, complete the pictogram. Look at the key. 1 square equals 2 animals. So far there are 2, 4. Let me write it for you so you've got a good idea. That's 2 and that's 2. I'll write it for all of them so I can just keep adding on. Okay, now there are 10 altogether. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Fantastic. I have completed the dogs. Now let's do the cats. There are 14 altogether. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Remember, I'm doing it nice and neat, right underneath each other in the column. 10, 12, 14. Fantastic. Well done. Okay, next we have rabbits. There are 12 rabbits altogether, and so far in the pictogram there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Fantastic. Okay, now last one, we've got fish. Fish. It says 15. I'm not sure about this one. Let's see. Come on, let's try. 2, 4, 6. Oh my goodness me. 6, 8. Right. 10. 12. 14. Now, hang on. If I add on another square, because it equals 2, so far I've got, let me write down the numbers. I've got 2, 4, that's 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So up to here, I have 14. But if I add on 2 more, because 1 square equals 2, that would make 16. But that's not correct because the tally chart is telling me that there are only 15 fish. So pause the video here. What do you think we can do? Well done. What we can do is we need to split this pictogram in half. So instead of a full square, we're going to draw half a square. And what is half of 1? What is half of 1? Now, I'm going to show you. 1 minute. Let me show you. Okay, Morris, I have a green square here, just like on the pictogram. Now, this represents 2. So I'm going to write 2 on here. Okay, so 1 square represents 2. Now, we were on 14, and if we added 2 more, it would make 16. But the tally chart was saying that there were only 15 fish. So what we can do is this 2, this square that represents 2, if we cut it in half, okay, so remember, please don't try this at home unless you have an adult with you. So if I cut this in half, I'm going to do it nice and carefully. Oh, okay. Now, Starburst is quite chewy. Hopefully I don't cut my finger live on the camera. Oh, it's not cutting. Right, I'll have to rip it. There we go. So now I'm going to show you. So now I have cut it in half. So if this was 2 together, if I break it in half, and I've got 1 on this side, so 1, add 1 more. So 1 plus 1 equals, so if I have 1 and 1, and if I merge it together, it makes 2. So in our pictogram, we are going to just draw half of a square, which represents 1. Okay? Now, let's move this knife out the way, dangerous, and let's go back to our smart, and let's draw half of our square. Okay, we've got half of our square here, and I'm not going to, I could colour it in, but that's going to take too long. So this represents 1. Now, let's count together. Have I made 15? Let's count. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Add 1 more. Oh God, why am I not doing it on my pad? Add 1 more equals 15. So now I have successfully produced 15 fish using a pictogram. I hope that makes sense. We are now going to move on to the next screen where we will get a better understanding of half a shape. So what do you notice about the rugby and the hockey? So here is a sports and the number of children that enjoy these sports. So we've got football, rugby, tennis and hockey. Rugby and hockey have half a shape. So if 1 circle represents 2 children, how many children would half a shape represent? Now think back to the starburst. Remember, it was 2 in total. And then when I halved it, it was 1 each. So let's count together. The rugby, if this is supposed to be 2, and that's supposed to be 2, half is going to be 1. 2, 4, add 1 more equals 5. Fantastic. And the same with hockey. If this is 2, a full circle, I was about to say square, a full circle equals 2, half equals 1. 2 add 1 equals 3. Fantastic. Okay, now pause the video here and answer these questions. How many children like chocolate? How many children like salted caramel? How many more children like strawberry than vanilla? So When it comes to this one, we'll do this one together, but you complete these two independently. And once you unpause, we will go through the third one together. Okie dokie, let's go through them together. How many children like chocolate? So I can see from the key that one triangle equals 2. So that's 2, and that's half a triangle, so that equals 1. So 2 add 1 equals 3 altogether. Vanilla, oh, the next one is salted caramel. That's 2, that's 2, that's 2, that's 2, and that's 2. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 children like salted caramel, 3 like vanilla, chocolate, sorry. Now, how many more children like strawberry than vanilla? Strawberry, 2, 2. 4 children like strawberry, 2 and 1, because it's half of a shape. That's 3. Now, 4 take away 3 equals 1. So there is one child that likes strawberry more than vanilla. Okie dokie. Your turn to complete your challenges. Challenge 1, question 1. Complete the pictogram using the information below. So there are 8 children like lions, only 4 children like elephants, and 6 children like tigers. So here is a pictogram, and it says lion, elephant, and tiger. Now, using the key of 1 heart equals 2 animals, can you complete 8 lions, 4 elephants, and 6 tigers? Now, I will do the lions with you together. If 1 heart equals 2, so that equals 2, and I need to get to 8. So that's 2, that's 4, that's 6, and that's 8. Now you complete elephant and tiger. Okie dokie. Oh, what happened there? There we go. Okay. Challenge 2, question 2. It says complete the pictogram using the tally chart below. Here is a tally chart of the amount of people that enjoy tennis, football, and netball, and the total has been done for you. Now your job is to complete the pictogram. Now remember, 1 circle equals 2. So half a circle, that's my semicircle, would equal 1. Okay, just keep that in mind when you're completing tennis. Next question, draw a pictogram using the tally chart below. So for this one, you are just filling out the pictogram, but for question number 3, you actually need to draw the pictogram, okay? So you can, the key that I have provided is a yellow circle, but you can choose whatever shape you like, but it must equal 2 children that enjoy poetry, comics, fiction, and reports. So remember, make sure you draw the key, otherwise I won't be able to mark it on tapestry. Okay, challenge 3, question 4. So you're doing the exact same, but you are doing it for birds. 1 shape, whichever shape you choose, if you want to do triangle, equals 2 birds. Make sure you do the key, or I will not be able to mark it on tapestry. Okay, your 5th question, challenge 3, children. Olivia is drawing a pictogram to show year 2's favourite playground games. So 1 blue circle equals 2 children. Olivia says, I must draw 10 circles to show 20 children that like skipping. Now, so first you need to complete the pictogram and then use a STEM sentence by answering the question, is Olivia correct? I agree, disagree, because, and then complete the sentence. Okay, and your extension question, question number 6. So here is a pictogram of how many ice creams have been sold in a week at an ice cream shop. Now, one of these ice cream pictures, the symbol, represents 2 ice creams. So you have part A, which is convince me there are more ice creams sold at the weekend during the rest of the week. So for this question, you're only going to count first Saturday and Sunday because that's the weekend in this country. You're going to count the total and then count the total amount from Monday to Friday. And then you're going to compare and see which days sold more. Next, true or false? 3 ice creams were sold on a Tuesday. Does this represent 3? True or false? And if it's false or if it's true, why? And then the third one, which is my favorite, justify. if the staff needed to pick one day to have off during the week, so if they wanted one day off during the week, because at the moment they're working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which would be the best day and why? So you need to really think about that. Part C. Okie dokie, Maris class. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson on pictograms using the key of 2. If you have struggled at any point, please do ask your grown-up to send me a message on Tapestry or use the code word ice cream parlor, and that will give me an indication of the children that have really struggled with this lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Please don't forget to upload your work onto Tapestry. Take care, Maris class, and bye-bye.